Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Hello.
the Schmoe show. An after show for our favorite thing, Schmoe Down. We had a big week this week, 7 matches in total. One of the biggest events of the whole year, Collision, happened. So a
Yay!
lot of good stuff. We are missing Liam for now. We don't know if he'll be able to join us. So
He sent me a message. His laptop's just playing up, but he'll be here as soon as he can.
But
okay,
I'm
okay.
back. I'm
Matt is
back.
back. Matt is back.
Yeah, Matt is back from his
Back
Back
vacation.
again.
again.
And how is Matt? How was his vacation?
Vacation was awesome. I really go to the beach a lot and hang out with some friends and eat good food. So awesome.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I want to have a beach at our country. That would be awesome. So, yeah, that sounds great. Ben, how are you doing?
Hmm.
Eh, not great. Okay, uh,
Not
let's
great.
end with that. Okay, I'm doing, yeah, probably, yeah, 50-50. Sometimes very good. Like yesterday when we watched Collision, that was so awesome. Hi, Thomas. Hello.
Hi, Thomas.
Um, so we wanted to start a little different today. So first, we want to talk about the collision, just generally. Thank everyone who participated in the event. It was so amazing. Everyone behind the scenes, the writers, the announcers, the managers, the players, all the audience. Like
The
it was so
technical,
good.
the technical crew. Don't forget the technical
Yes,
crew.
yes, the stuff happening right before the match when they say like, "Let's get ready to schmo down." Wow, that was awesome. The plane stuff, like have to rewatch it to catch everything, but it was really amazing. So we want to thank everybody, and we want to especially thank one person, and that's the beautiful interviewer Jen Sturger, who is not doing really well this week. And we just wanted to send well wishes. Hope she's doing better soon. Hope she will be back with us soon. She's just great, so professional every time. She listens, she reacts, she's funny, she's witty. We love her. So we hope you do better, Jen. And thank you for
Yeah,
everything you
But
do. And
sending our love and prayers.
yeah,
yeah, Thomas. I will get into it when we get to the one specific match this week that happened. It was in teams, but we will get into it, how suspects are doing right now. Yeah.
okay. So yeah, thank you, Jen. Thank you to everyone participating in the Schmodown. It was a wonderful week, and we hope Jen is better soon. And now we will get to, well, we start. Let's start with the matches of the week because we wanted to wait with the collision because we didn't know if Liam will get there soon. So
Hello. Sorry I'm late, guys. Technical
Hey,
problems,
Liam.
but I am here. Echo everything you just said, Teresa. I obviously wish Jen a real speedy recovery. I tuned into a little bit of the after show on the rundown, and they were asked who was the MVP, and I said Jen, and I think she killed it in the interviews in the
yes,
collision. They were awesome,
Yep.
and she looked stunning.
yes,
She has such camaraderie with the competitors. I hope
Yeah.
I hope so much she can come back soon because it would be such a gap without Jen. And I hope that we see her back soon because she was awesome and it was an awesome show. I've still not recovered from it. We watched together and it was an emotional journey, particularly the teams match, which I'm sure we'll get to. But yeah, all good.
Right.
So I'll hand back to you, Teresa.
yeah. I just wanted to say it was just the collision was really wholesome. Just seeing everyone together again made me really happy. I think all of us. So yeah, it was amazing. But we will leave it for later. We want to build up to it. So we start with the first match of the week. and that's John Hoey and Nikki Malanta. And I want to speak first, so everyone shut up. Okay.
Wow.
I'm so mad at myself. I'm also a little mad at Nikki because I think she hustled us. I don't know if she did it on purpose. I don't think she did, but with all of her comments, like, I hope I at least have 1 point. I'm so scared. I didn't want to be drafted. I didn't like it. I'm nervous. I thought she will do really well, but I didn't expect this. Like, she swept it the whole match. And if you see when I'm picking Hoey, how much I hate to pick against Nikki, then you get how angry at myself I am, because I really wanted to pick her and I didn't. And I'm sad. And everything this week, again, is Matt's fault. The one difference is he's here on the show, so so it's not as easy to say, but it's your fault. You picking against the suspects works really well for them. But yeah, Nikki was amazing, spectacular. I didn't expect her to be this great, and she just surprised me so much. And I loved everything about it. I think she is perfect for the Schmoe. I think she's very funny, very witty, very quick on her remarks. Her knowledge was amazing. Her gameplay was great. So I think Sam has a really difficult choice in front of him. Who is he picking for the tournament? Because I think that's I thought Marie was the sure choice, but after seeing what Nikki did, I just don't know. I don't know what he does. Hoey was also quite impressive. He hit opponents. That happens sometimes. I think he will be back next year. And it's amazing that this was a match between two rookies, because they were both so great. So yeah, I love Nikki, and I hope she will have at least one more match this year. So yeah. Liam, do you want to continue?
Yeah, sure. I said when we predicted this one that if she's 10% as good as Andrew, then she's probably going to win. And she is much more than 10% as good as Andrew. It's
Is
at
she
least
better
90.
than Andrew, maybe?
And
Yeah.
all I had seen of Nikki was her doubt in herself. So I was led to a false sense of security. And then when I was watching the promo, I started thinking, oh, hold on. When they were showing the watch along they did together back in the Ken Sam match, and she pulled that really difficult question which no one else pulled, like the acronym for one of the ATATs or whatever it was, and she was the only one that got it. Even Andrew didn't get it. I started thinking, oh no, what have I done? I think she's going to be really good. And then the match started happening, and she was really good, and she didn't miss, and she kept going. She didn't miss, and I was like, oh my god, she's going to win. And then she absolutely smashed it. So, unbelievable. I'm so pleased that she's in this league. Like Leo, I'm hoping Nikki gets that chance in the tournament now. I'd love to see more of her. I think it's a tough choice between her and Marie. I just think she deserves it because Marie's already had a shot at a tournament, and this would then be Nikki's go. And I think they're as good as each other. So I think both deserve a chance. But it was a really fun match, and I just love how little confidence she had in herself, and then she went out there and absolutely smashed it. And I just love seeing an underdog win. So yeah, awesome. Harry played well too. I think he just tripped up a little bit on this one, and it was hard to recover. I think he said himself he knew that Lin-Manuel Miranda question, and I think he just brushed it, and then that kind of was the game by that point. But yeah, I hope to see both of them back. Harry played better in his first game, I think. I think we can say that, and he's shown what he can do in that one. I'm glad they both got a win this season. I wouldn't like to see either go through it without a win. So I think it was the best result for everyone, and hopefully we see Nikki again in the tournament.
Yes, please.
I just want to first acknowledge this from Thomas. Thomas, Winston already decided, so Laura will be in the tournament. It's confirmed. They said that if she loses the match in collision, she will be in the tournament for swag. So
Still
Laura,
has the most. Still, it was the most difficult choice.
yeah,
I feel
it
for
was,
the Star Wars tournament.
but it's already decided. Who will
yeah.
like. Okay. Yes, and about this match, well, first I also think like Teresa that maybe I am sure Nikki was like had some nerves, but I think that she undersold herself so much.
Yes.
So if she
Mm.
crash, like I told you, but she wasn't that much nervous like she said she would be, or like her
Or she
knowledge is
didn't
much.
show it. Like,
Yeah,
Mm.
and
yeah.
her knowledge is much better than she said. And I'll just say, apparently all those study sessions with her husband paid off a lot. So yes, I will say it was an excellent match. I actually, when I watched it, it was like funny to me. I said, "Okay, she's playing like how he did his first match. Like
Mm.
like it had the same effect on me. Like, okay, so this is Star
Yeah.
Wars. If you have a bad day, you will like look not so smart. I'm happy this wasn't like Hoey's first match. We already saw that Hoey can really done it and stuff like that. I am happy, like I said, two times active, one times not. It's my
Mm.
curse. Two times it's active, one time is not active. And this week painted the picture perfectly. And yes, I'm not mad at all because suspects got the points, and I always want suspect to get the points. And yeah, I was actually happy. I was rooting. I think that maybe all of us was rooting
Yeah.
for Nikki in the end. So
Mm.
yeah, it was
From
an
the
excellent,
beginning,
yeah,
the whole match. Like,
excellent match. Like I enjoy it. Sam was good as well. Like I really think that I know that people maybe won't agree with me. I think he is in the running for the manager of the year this year. I think he's doing an excellent job. Like he managed to get his players like to study together, and he was one of the like lowest ranked factions, and he's going up now. We will see what will happen. I hope it will be great for suspects, but we will see. Uh, it was an excellent match. Nikki played well. Hoy played well as well. Unfortunately, as we said in Star Wars, you have to play perfect to be the winner. And
Mm.
yeah, that's it for me for this match. Yeah.
yeah, Ben.
Not much else to say. Just the only reason I didn't go with Nikki was because of how the last week turned out, where I took risks and it
I
crushed
know,
me
dude.
completely. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I figured, well, Hoey's the safe bet, but he definitely wasn't. So I mean, but she played either perfect or near perfect, which is amazing to see. And yeah, it was just awesome to see her. I don't have much else to say, so I think we can. You guys have
Yeah.
said everything else that I want to say, so
I'm going to
we can move on.
say that Ben texted me after the match and he was like, I'm so stupid. Why didn't I pick her? And I'm like, okay, I was actually
Yep.
thinking about switching and you told me, don't do it. It never works out. So like why are you now frustrated?
Because
I really wanted to
because
switch.
last time you
I
switched, it
know.
didn't work
I
out.
know. I'm not like mad at you, but I was also like, you had to know I was also frustrated
Yep.
because I was really considering
Yeah.
it. And I was like, especially after the matches the week before, when I was like, okay, so Matt's curse is active, it really works out. So I should maybe pick Nikki, and I didn't do it. But I'm mad at myself. Just
Mm.
to be clear, I'm mad at myself. She did
Yourself
amazing,
and Matt.
and yeah, well, mostly Matt, but yeah, Nikki was the best. Yeah. So let's go to the second match, which I really don't want to talk about that match, but I think Matt is just, yeah, that was the gasp.
Oh, yeah.
Please let me talk. So it's Lightning
Oh
Time
no no
versus
no
Danger
no no
Zone.
no no
No,
no! I'm starting this one. I'm
that's what
starting that.
that's what I said just now.
Oh sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Okay. I said that was the gasp, your gasp, which meant
Yeah.
please let me talk first. So talk, Matt.
Oh yeah. First, let's just put this on the screen for Teresa. Sorry, Teresa, I had to do it.
Yeah, I said it is the new Remember the Titans. I
Yeah.
agree.
Well,
Yep.
as Ben said last week, I picked Danger Zone for the sole reason of my curse, so Lightning Time can win this match. This was my reasoning, but I didn't expect to be
Not
such an
fun.
awesome match. I will say this from all the like, if I don't put like
Respect, teach me, master.
the matches from their pay-per-view into the consideration, this was my like match of the year so far. Like
Oh,
from the
wow.
from the normal matches, I really liked like this match because it was like back and forth, like first Lightning Time was up, then Danger Zone was up, and it was on the five pointer that game was decided.
Mm.
Also, I loved like promos as well. I think both managers did an excellent job. First, with when he had to like push Danger Zone to come to the second round confident. Then Lightning Time, Sam had a difficult task to like, okay, you did like lead, but you lost the lead. Now it's your time. You can do it. Uh, I think that Ethan right now is with in my eyes like that scary player like Chance and Oyama. I see those three like those three are the scariest for me because I do now see like consistent excellent play from all three of the players. I do think one of those three will be like the champions in the end of this season. Elise did good as well. Ben Bateman was also a good competitor. It was like great match, true and true. I was so happy to give my point up for this win for the usual
You jerk.
suspects. Curse was active. Thomas, I know you were happy as well that suspects won, and I just now need to uh, yeah, I just see that I need to follow my curse so I can know like who I'm picking and when, so my favorites can win, and that's it. I was really good, awesome with the match, and yeah, Dan Merle really doesn't have luck with the burps.
Not only
And
him, but like it's a third
Yeah.
time this year. I think Paul Preston and Ben Goddard also had burps question, and I think Paul Preston knew it, and then they still went to multiple, so it also stumped them. So
Yeah.
it's like the third time
yeah.
this year.
Uh,
It really is. Then you
Wow.
remember the
But that's
Titans.
I
That's
will
mad.
I will just say that Sam Levine was the only one who knew that question, like the answer to that question, and yeah, I was happy for that.
Yeah,
as well.
that's the most frustrating part for me, that they also didn't know it. And then
Yeah,
Eaton again congratulated Bateman at the end of the match, and they won. And he was like, "Oh, congratulations! Cheers, guys. That's fine." And then Liz was
Yeah.
like, "No, it was Turner and Hooch," and it turned out they
It
were
wasn't
wrong.
either.
So this like, and I know it happens to me on the other side too. Like when I'm the lucky one, or when my team like, pulls something and the other team doesn't know, but nobody knows in that match. So
Yeah.
it's just frustrating when it happens to your team. When you see it and you're like, well, if they switched, they also would lose. So it's like, yeah,
I'll say that Lightning times 5 was hard as well. It wasn't like it was an easy question. Like
yeah, there was a balance.
yeah,
okay. One of the names that was mentioned, there's no other movie that I would guess.
I think like
It was
Marvel and
it was,
Bateman knew their 5, but
yeah, it was Bueller's
Ethan
Day
and
Off,
Liz
right?
didn't know
It was first
Bateman
Bueller's
and Marvel's 5,
Days
right?
Off.
Yeah.
Day off. Yeah. Well, okay. It's not. I know that it's all subjective.
Just luck, isn't it?
I'm just like, for me, it was much easier. They had the year. They had three cast members. They had that it was, I don't know, a comedy. Like they had a lot of clues, but I think just the difference was that one had names in the movie and one had actual cast. So
Yeah.
like it's a fair 5-pointer to 5-pointer. I'm just saying it's frustrating
Yeah.
when you see like the opponents also don't know
I
the
get it.
5-pointer
I get
that
it.
loses you the game. But doesn't matter. Ethan is on a streak, obviously, and I'm glad that Liz is going on this streak with him. I'm just sad, and it's especially hard since it's danger zone, so everyone is going to be piling on them and how they are a disappointment, and I didn't want it. So I'm sad. I was really sad after this match. I just didn't want to talk about it. I also still don't want to talk about it, really. I'm happy for everyone else. I know everyone else was reaching for final exam, lightning time. But yeah, I think just they are such good players, and it frustrates me. Both of them keep having trouble in teams. And I don't think actually in this team it's anything they can really change. Like the first round was really tough. Yeah, Bateman got 5. Liz also got 5. Then got 6, and Ethan got 7. So it's just like nobody did really well. The second rounds is the only thing they could do anything about. They got a 2, they're 3, and then it's the 5-pointer, and it's always like it's a toss. Not if you're a corruption. If you're a corruption, it's a certainty that you will get your 5-pointer. They are, I think, 11 for 11, which is crazy. But like, it's a toss up. You don't know what question you will get. Like, so I don't think there's anything they can do better. I think they have good communication. I think they work well together, and I just hope it will happen for them. And I wanted to say that my favorite thing about the match is like. Then being the only one not knowing the question, and then being the only one knowing the question, like the first 2 rounds. In the first round,
No, Mr.
where-
Popper's Penguins. I actually
Yeah.
got that one, but what a hard question.
he sometimes knows the most ridiculous information,
Yeah.
like, but doesn't know the obvious one. So yeah, that was funny to me. Yeah, so congratulations to the lightning time, and we'll see what happens next.
So I picked Lightning Time, and it was probably like my riskiest pick, although it's not a big risk. I think for me of the week, out of the ones I was picking, it's one I took the biggest chance on because my gut was kind of it was more 50-50, but I think I went Lightning Time, kind of expecting Danger Zone to win. I just feel like there's a different energy about them since they lost. Since they
Since
come
they
back,
have the hats.
it's the I was getting there. It's the hats. It is the hats. Since Ethan's been wearing that hat, I just feel like they look a bit unstoppable. And Ethan is making a play for Player of the Year at the moment. If he takes the title, I think he's the front runner. And he's now going to be in IG as well, which I'm really excited to see what he can do in that. I don't know how strong his IG is, but I can't wait to find out. I think it depends who he gets first round, but if he can win a couple of games, I think he's got a really good chance of being Player of the Year. I also, let's see what happens with Lightning Time. I feel like they've got a route now as well. They play final exam, don't they? And winner of that gets title shot. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that until those hats come off, I don't see them losing because those hats are just creating a different Lightning Time. But yeah, as Matt said, it was a real like back and forth this one, and it does suck when it comes down to a 5-pointer where no one knows it, and it's almost you feel better in a sense when the other team did know it and you didn't know it because it's like, oh, at least if they got it, they would have won. But when no one knows it, it does kind of suck, and I get why it hurt to take that loss. But yeah, I really like them together, and you can see how much chemistry they have. They make really good promos. Like I'm loving the promos they do together. It's really nice to see Liz enjoying playing. You can see how much she's loving playing at the moment as well, and Ethan. They were managed well, both of them. I know Leo said Wit is now 0-3 in managing, which means Witt has never had a win as a manager or as a player.
This just
That's-
what?
Which is crazy. And you have to give credit to Witt because when he managed Bateman against Ethan, that was one of the best challenges I've ever seen. The one he did for Ben. So he's a great manager. It's just not. I just feel like he's got a curse. We need to give him like, I don't know. I feel like we need to put him against someone who is like a guaranteed win. I don't know who that is, and that's really hard to find. But I don't know. Maybe put Dan against like Josh McCougar or like I don't know. That's
Don't
really
do
hard
it.
to watch,
Please
but-
don't do it. They did it once. Look
And it
what
didn't
happened
work.
with Guy.
I
and
know.
Dan. No.
I know.
No.
Whit just is like it's just got a curse against him.
No.
And you know, if he comes up as manager again, which he probably will for another player, and you know they're gonna lose. Poor Witt.
Like a lot of people have curses in Schmoedown, right? A lot of them. Like it feels like it's not only
I think-
Witt, it's just the
I
movie.
feel like
guys,
Witt's is the
general.
worst though. Like Witt's
Yeah.
because especially his
because he didn't
matching
win
teams
it at all.
last year.
in-
Okay, there is two people with the like really awful curse. One is with in general, and other is Silvestrini in singles. Like
Yeah,
I-
but
yeah,
But
Preston,
she's one team.
Preston,
Like at least she's won a
Preston
match.
in teams has like
no,
0-6.
in singles.
He didn't.
she's-
No, I
yeah,
know,
I'm
I know,
saying that
At least she has a win. Yeah, she's got a win on her
Yeah.
belt. Like
she's like
in
0
something.
0-4, and Preston is like 0-6 in teams.
Yeah,
And he was supposed to win a lot of his matches in those teams. Like you were thinking he's the favorite, and he didn't win
Yeah.
them. Like his first match with Tom last year, they were the team we all thought is going to win, and it doesn't happen. I just well, luck is a big factor in the Schmoedown. The good thing about Adam Witt is that like it doesn't seem to matter to him. He will entertain you anyway. He will always be great. As a manager, as a player, he always puts up a great performance. So,
I hope. Do you think he could transition to manager?
yes,
Like,
I think
maybe-
he would be great. But
I think
don't
next
think.
season he may be a manager. To be honest.
Yeah,
I would.
but I also think.
I would prefer it to be honest.
But I also think he's a really good player. Like his match against Harper was crazy good. He had like 28 points.
Yeah.
Christian
But I
did
do
say
think-
managers could play next year, so maybe
Oh well,
he could do
then
both.
yes, then please, yes, do it.
Manager Bowl.
Oh,
I want to see another
yeah,
manager bowl. They were so
I
much
would
fun.
like to see another manager ball with Sam.
Star Wars
Levine,
manageable.
Yeah.
Ben, what are your thoughts?
Again, you guys have pretty much said everything I wanted to say. So, I mean, it was a beautiful match. Matt and I watched it together. I was nervous from the first point until the end. I was so hoping that Dan and Ben would miss their 5. I'm glad they did. Sorry, Teresa, but lightning time. It was either you or I that were going to be devastated today, so I'm just glad it wasn't me. But yeah,
We watch it together, so you can like be the witness that I really did celebrate when Lightning Time won. I'm not saying that like for the show. I really did root for the Lightning Time, not the Danger Zone.
But nobody doubted you. Like
I don't know.
there's not even a little doubt. I was really angry when I heard your pick last week. Like I was like, oh,
I saw.
thank you.
I
Like
saw.
why?
I saw.
So
it.
no one is doubting you. Yeah, Witt is fan favorite. That's so true.
I will just like to point out Thomas's other comment, which I completely agree with. And
Also so true.
I hope that at least Deception gets to a title match one of these days. I know, but like Deception's my
Well,
team. Sorry.
Lightning time is getting
yeah.
there. So you have one. Give me the other. Enough. Okay, so
Fair enough.
is that it, Ben, or do you want to celebrate more?
That's it.
Yay!
I
I'll do it for
celebrated
you.
enough, and I'll celebrate a lot more soon. But yeah,
Okay. So we have our
Ben?
third match.
Wait, guys. Let's Ben start this one because 2 times in a row he didn't have anything to say because we said everything. So
I really wanted to do that, but I wish you didn't tell it. Like, I just wanted to say what's the match, and let's start. Okay, so it's Jen Kemp versus Josh Horowitz, and Ben, start us off, please.
okay. So this match was awesome. Jen just missed one question in round one, and she recovered well from that. Then watching Josh, he knows the game well. You can see with that, I think it was a blade question where he was going to put something else down, and then he changed his answer and put up the right answer after using a JTE. So he knows how to use repeats well. He got a perfect round, which is amazing. Then he spun opponent's choice, and Winston and Jen decided to see if he would make it to the cookout, and unfortunately he didn't. So yeah, and then he is a beast in round three. He just knows all the round three questions. It seems like. So it's going to be interesting to see who he will he will face between Griffey Nooms and Video Drew, and how he will fare against either of them.
Sure. Yeah, you're right about everything you said. Great match. So, Liam, do you want to continue?
Yeah, I picked Josh, and I was reasonably confident, although Jen did just have a really good game. And I was really concerned when he made those two mistakes, which Leo's just pointed out here, which was death at a wedding instead of funeral and Regina King instead of Hall. That shows me he knew the answers. He just got tripped up slightly. And it almost cost him the whole match. And, that's a huge swing. He did really well to recover from it. And that shows like how good of a player he is, that he didn't panic. He was able to stay in the game. And by doing that, he then pulled out the win. I was really impressed with Jen as well. I want to give her credit. That could have, on another day, he could have potentially have just destroyed her. She pushed him to the limit there and made him earn that win. And she was close to pulling off, I would say, a bit of an upset. I don't think it would have been a huge upset, but I think most people were expecting Josh to win that. I'm really impressed with Jen. I'm really hoping. I think next year is going to be a big year for her. I see big things for her next year in particular. Josh looks great. He's definitely making a running for Rookie of the Year. I think
he's so boring.
If he gets Griffin Newman, which is a big chance of happening, that's like a Rookie of the Year round 2 matchup. So I'm kind of hoping that will happen. Although I do like Video Drew, so maybe she can put it through. But those two for me, and potentially even Rick Radis and Harper, so many actually. But I think if Josh can have a good run in this tournament, then he's definitely putting his name in the hat. There's a lot of rookies, but he just looks so calm. And I was a little bit upset though. I know he was joking, but when he was bantering with Christian at the start of the match about him being boring, I was like, oh. I know he was just joking, but it just made me, I was like, you're not boring, you're beautiful. But yeah,
I don't think he actually said
he's
that.
awesome.
He didn't
say that.
He didn't say he's boring. He said he didn't seem to be interested in the promo, and then when he played, he was I got it differently. And then Mark said, "Oh, Christian is saying you're boring," and he made fun of it.
No, I know
it
was joking.
He never actually said the word boring, right? Did he?
I feel like
No, he did.
I think Mark said it.
I think he did say
he came
boring.
across as boring.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he said he comes across he comes across as being boring, but then when he gets into the match, he knows his stuff. He knows the
Okay,
game.
so
He knows.
I haven't heard it. I
Yeah.
heard it from Marek first, and I was like, well, I know he's a comedian, but I wish he didn't say that for Christian. Like, he didn't mean it that way at all. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
It was
I'm
still
pleased
funny
that,
that
like,
he got
did it.
teased all the time.
Yeah, it was pointed out a lot of times in that match that he said it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not great for Swag. I will say that. So I don't know where Swag's going to be getting points now. Now that what's happened in Collision, I know they still have Paul with his shot, but it's not looking great.
And Chandru.
And Chandru.
Yeah. I think they both need to win.
And Laura
And
Laura
to
Kelly in the tournament, which is not like she will probably get the best seeding of all of them. She will
I
Better
just
than
feel
Alex
like-
Damon or Gold
Yes.
Leader, who just won a tournament.
Well, I don't
like-
know.
I just feel like it's not a sure thing anymore being in those tournaments. Like I don't
Especially the Star Wars one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think anyone can beat anyone now. I really do. I don't think it's a shoe in that Alex or Laura's going to win that. But I genuinely think either of them could go out in round one.
Molly.
Yes.
Like,
Let's do it.
like I think Laura could get Scrimshaw, like because of his seeding and her seeding. That
But
potentially
that's
be a round
terrible.
one match. It's horrible, but
That's,
he
that's
could
the worst
beat
thing
her.
ever.
Like
Guys,
that. I don't think
when-
that's a win for her
when
necessarily.
we are
I think he
talking
could do it.
when we are talking about like the factions, when will we get the full brackets for the singles tournament? They said
They have to
not-
wait
not
for the
yet.
They have to
At
wait
least
until-
We have
like
to wait for the
2
Merle
weeks
Dan
more,
match.
maybe even later. We won't
I mean,
get
the
them.
Wait,
Merle
Are we
Owen match.
waiting for Merle Marisol, or are we waiting for the Merle?
Merle Owen.
At
so
least.
Marisol,
At least.
Marisol, Marisol is
Depending
not
on
in
how
the
it
tournament.
goes. No, we still don't know. Like he said,
Oh.
Christian said that it depends on how all of the matches turns out. If he
I
wants
guess.
to plan an event, how the situation is with COVID, like everything about it. So Marisol might still be in there if she loses to Eats and Dan, but might also not be because they may release it
Yeah. I
earlier.
get it.
So we just don't know at all. But
But
like it will be at
tournaments,
least 2
it
more
started.
weeks.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
just have to wait and see. And I'm just so pleased it started. Like I love
Yeah.
tournament season. It's my favorite part of the Schmoe down year.
Me
And a
too.
32 again. We're so lucky. We've got another 32 person tournament. So
Yes.
and some of them are going to
I'm
be in
so
studio
glad.
as well. So that's awesome. I know they're filming a couple of round
Yeah.
one matches in the cantina. I think
Yes.
Perry and Ben's is in the cantina.
Yes.
Um,
all of
and-
the isn't it all
LA
of the
people.
matches from
I think
from
all.
from this week that we will see are in the cantina, aren't they? Like
I'm not sure,
No,
but
I-
because they're doing 2 shows in the cantina, so I'm not really sure.
I
Yeah.
think they are
We'll see.
doing 4 matches. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're doing 4 and 4. So what we see next week and the week after will be the cantina matches. I think.
So,
Matt,
so for me, okay, I will first talk about Jen. I do like see shades of Marisol last season in her. I think her pet could be like what Marisol did this year, like she could do next year. Marisol was also unlucky with her tournament opponent. Like she got really tough opponent in Poloyama. Also, her and Adam lost in the singles in the teams tournament to the future champions of the tournament. So yeah, I can see the parallels. So I'm not afraid for Jen. I think she will be the steal for someone if Christian decides with this new system that you can keep 2 players or sign, let's say 2 players. I think she can be one of the steals if you sign her. But Josh, he really impressed me. He got opponent's choice and still did pretty good. He did miss couple, but it was on an opponent, and like Liam said, he knew the answers. He just couldn't he tripped himself up. for the answers. I'm really impressed with him, and I know that Christian said for him, like he's the front runner for the Rookie of the Year, but for me, it's still Harper. Uh, for me, Harper is still like the number one rookie. I do want to say that I think that if Griffin Newman, and I hope he will wins and plays him, I think it will be like the match that could decide the singles. Let's just said the singles rookie of the year. I don't think that King Khan is also like the third person who could creep up in and become the rookie of the year in singles, because King Khan is also won 2 matches, and I know that his first win was like the flick pick who wasn't as prepared, but his second win was really impressive because he beat Ben. So yeah, and Josh did what the Josh did. He was like in the third round, he's unstoppable. I do think that you need to lead and answer all your 3 round questions if you want to be Josh, because he will win. If he has a lead in the third round, he will answer every single third round question. Like he's a machine in that third round.
He knew
Yeah,
hers as
and
well.
I think that him and King Khan is maybe this one of like the two steals of the draft, because both of them were like drafted pretty late. Uh, people could get them like much earlier. So yeah, Josh was tough. I think that I really wonder who's Koi gonna, like, if they let them keep 3 players. I doubt it. If the faction can only have 5 players, I doubt they will let them keep 3. But if they
They
can,
can keep 3. It's
what?
3 single/teams, 1 IG, 1 Star Wars.
Yeah. But I don't think like Christian will let them keep 3 players from this year. Like, I think
I
you will
think
need to.
they'll keep all 5. I don't think there'll be a draft,
Oh,
but I don't
I
know.
wouldn't. I would like if there was a draft, but that's just my opinion. But I would like to see like who's Koi gonna choose, if he's going to choose Josh or Kevin Smith. I do hope he chooses Josh, because I do think Josh is
Has
better
to.
player. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. It was what I expected. It was I did expect like the scrap of a match, but I did expect Josh to win that match, and that's exactly what happened. I think Ben is next.
No, I spoke already. We'll move on.
No, you are the first. Sorry,
Teresa
Teresa is
hasn't
next.
spoke yet, right?
I forgot about Teresa.
Yeah. This was the hardest one to pick for me this week. Like, I was in physical pain. Like, I was shouting when I saw this match. I kind of expected Josh to win, but I really wanted to go for Jen. So it's like the Dimalantan Hui. I just did it. Like I should have reversed those 2 picks. I actually think Nikki is the steal of the draft, because she was like a 12 or 11. So she is also one of the steals. There's a lot of steals in this draft. It's because everyone is playing so well. So yeah, I really didn't like this match. I was so sad that these 2 have to go against each other. It's just, again, the 5-pointer. It just happened again. It happens. It's yeah. And she wasn't able to pull it, and I'm sad for her, because I think she showed much better gameplay than Josh did in this match. He did decisions in the second round that he, like, you can see still that he's a rookie. He blocked their answers. He didn't ask for GTEs or like multiple choice if he wasn't sure, which really helped Jen. And then when she didn't know, you could see the difference between someone who is really following the game for a long time. She goes to the multiple. She really thinks it through. She asked for repeat of the options. Like, you could see that when Josh got the opponents and he was like, for the first time, like really in a tough position in a match, he never was before. he got shaken a little bit. And I think that's good for him for the rest of the tournament, that he lived through this and is able to go on, because it probably won't happen again. I'm just said that Jen, like, for me, she was the better player in that match. I think she was like, she showed more skill in the specific game. I think Josh answered more questions. Like, yeah. So, yeah, but I love Josh. I love Jen. This was just so hard. I would be devastated even if Jen won and Josh lost, because they are both really great. Just has more wins this year, which I was like, yeah, and now I want more wins for Jen Kemp. So I picked her. And I'm sad she wasn't able to do it, but I think she's showing this year with this game, with the last game, with the match in teams, with the free-for-all, how valuable of a player she is, which is great for her. And Josh just has something special. I actually loved what probably was Christian trying to say, that he's like very dry, but like in the best way. It's really funny. It's like his sarcasm, like he acts like he acts like he isn't sure if he wants to be there. But I loved it, like, about him, his character. I think Christian does too. He just formulated it badly, and he will never live this down. But like, he's very, very interesting. Like, his character is great. I like him with Koi, so I'm happy for him. Just wish Jen would have more opportunities, and I think this might be her last one this year. Maybe we will see her in teams, but she's just always so funny, and I want her pre-game videos. Like, that's a drag, how she does the like 1-2 minutes videos before matches. They're amazing. They're always funny. So I wanted more from her, but if not this year, we will see her next year. I think this year proved how great she is.
I think next year's going to be her year, you know. I think, like Matt said, I think she might be like Marisol. I think she's going to have a really good year next year.
Yeah.
Maybe, it's great, like, how many singles players this year we see thrive. Like, not only those two, but Brittany Young had just an amazing match. Like, I'm very happy for how it's going, even if they're not winning championships yet. I think the ladies are showing colors this year, and they're amazing, and we have more and more of them. So yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Will we go to the collision, guys?
I just want to touch on Thingy's comment here, which is very interesting and a good point.
I will touch on that when he gets to the collision match of Kevin Smith.
Yeah, and I think I don't think, actually, because Josh showed all of those things that Jen showed in this game in his previous matches. Like with Perry, he was like, let's repeat the answers one more time. Let's do the repeat. Let's go to multiple. I just think that he wasn't in a situation like other than the first match with Press Room. But it was like, we were playing our first match against former champions. I think they didn't even expect to win this. I think they wanted to get them as far as they could. But in this match, I think this shook him. Like, when he got the opponents and he got a category that maybe wouldn't be the best for him, it shook him a little bit. So yeah, but I ultimately really think this will be good for him. And I don't know how much Koi strategizes with his players about like how to play the game. I think that's mostly probably what like him and Bibiani do for their faction. But I think I think Kevin is a celebrity. He doesn't donate as much time, and he probably doesn't have as much time as the rest of them do. So yeah. But I'm glad that Josh, like, that's why Josh is so impressive, because we kind of expected him to be like that, like not knowing the stuff, and he does.
That big match.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the collision. Oh no. Okay.
Just wanted to quickly highlight Thomas's point here. I actually completely agree. I don't think that I don't know. Obviously, I don't think they're doing a draft next year. Like, if there's only 5 fact people, like, and they can keep 3, why do a draft for 2? Doesn't make any sense to me.
I would love if they said you
just
cannot. I would love if they said you can keep 1, you can draft, you must draft others. Draft
You
is one of
can't
the.
keep one though. Like, what if it's a team? Like, it doesn't work.
Okay, then you can keep two, and that's it. I would
I
love
don't
like if
think they want to do it again because they talked about it. I think Shazam especially talked about it, how the teams division really needs some consistency. And if they keep doing this, like this is going to be a third year in a row where
I
most
get
of the
it.
teams are broken up. And
Mm.
I also don't want draft for 2 rounds. Like do the whole thing together maybe. Like do the all of the players you have on your factions together in one stream maybe or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's I can't imagine it at all now, so I really need to hear more about it, about
Yeah,
everything
we'll see.
happening next year. There's the same like when you talked about is Sam maybe going for the manager of the year. I actually still have all of the managers because I think the tournaments are going to decide. Spectacular is going to decide.
Yeah.
Last year, Roxy wasn't even thought in anyone's head by this point. And then by the end
Yeah.
of the season, she almost overtook it. So same like with players of the year, there's going to be one player who will have to win again like 7 or 8 matches in a row in this tournament. And I think that will
Yeah.
really shake things up. Who is it? Who's going to do it? So, but yeah, I also agree. But there's just so many potentials right now. I'm also like Harper, Gold Leader, Horowitz, Newman. Like I love them all. So I think the tournaments will show us a lot of it.
Agreed.
Okay, collision. Does he? Oh, I didn't see this one.
Oh, I didn't this one. I don't agree with this Ben. This
No.
was Ben.
But no, I don't agree with him becoming the GOAT yet. I think he has a shot.
on the
this
way.
I
year.
meant to put a
Yeah.
question
yeah.
mark in there, but yeah, I meant to put
Yeah.
a question mark in there.
If there was a question mark, I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
So the first match was Laura Kelly versus Andrew Di Malanta. What a match to open the collision on. Like, so crazy. Matt, start us off.
No, I want to start with Kevin Smith and Marisol. I prepared everything for this.
Okay.
I can do it. It was an excellent match. It was back and forth. Like we watched it all together, and I remember like first Kelly won, and Liam was very happy because he predicted that it will be a 2 point swing in one direction
Yes.
because of the first round. Then I was really mad because I really forgot it was a 5 rounder.
Same.
And
Same.
and I'll be honest, if I remembered it was a 5 rounds, I would probably pick Dimanta. I wouldn't pick Kelly because of the experience in the championship in championship matches. But yeah, it was an excellent match. I'll be honest. I cannot do Star Wars very well, even in the regular matches, and in like the championship level match question like questions. I I don't even know anything, and I'm so impressed with those people. Really, I don't think it's the hardest division, but I do think that I'm like the most impressed with the knowledge in the Star Wars division. Uh, what else to say? Yeah, that fast money, like I said, those championship rounds is what I think cost Laura that spot in the top. Unfortunately, that's how the game is played. I do like that, like the championship is the 5 rounds. It's not the same. Uh, Kelly showed that she can be the champion, and as we all say in Star Wars, I think anyone can be the champion. Like on any given day, anyone can beat anyone almost. And it was back and forth. It was one of the best Star Wars matches in general. I really wanted Kelly to win. I really did thought that she will be our like female champion right now for the time being. Apparently not yet. What else? The challenge I think was great. and excellent. I think that's something you should show your players when you like prepare them. Like if you see the different information somewhere else, challenge that. Not It's not always that because of course the writers needs to find the information as well, and maybe their
Yeah.
information is wrong or there is multiple informations. So if you know you saw this, you challenge it, and it was an excellent showing of gameplay and knowing the game. And yes, like Winston is really, I think, great manager who makes us laugh. But in that laughing, he comes down his players, and
Mm.
mm, that's it. That's it for me. It was a great match.
Yeah, Ben.
Okay. I knew this was going to be a 5-round match. I still didn't care. I don't know how you guys didn't remember that, but anyway.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a 5-round match. I didn't care. I still wanted the female
Championship
champion to
match.
be a championship match.
I don't
As
know
much as
why.
I love Andrew, and as much as I really want him to succeed, I just wanted to see a female champion. It would have been awesome to see. I'm sure we still will by the end of this year or maybe next year. It won't be. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. But I will say that after today, Andrew, I'm with you all the way from now on. Sorry about the betrayal with the first one and um, with this match, but I just really want to see a woman champion, and I really wanted this to be the year of the ladies. I'm sure it still will be. We'll see. But yeah, this was nearly match of the tournament for match of the week for me. It was just surpassed at the very end. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry about the betrayal of my gender. On the other hand, this was equally as tough for me to pick.
Simulant is your boy.
But Liam, I will close us off.
Okay.
Tell us your thoughts.
So this was the first match, the collision, and firstly, have to say, the new promos blew my mind. The Let's Get Ready to Schmoe Down was so awesome. I genuinely thought because it was from a Star Wars movie, and then realized, oh my god, this is actually the movie Trivia Schmoe Down new logo, and I thought they had taken it from Rogue One at first, and then realized no, they've made this. That was awesome, and I love that new promo. It was awesome. I'm going to say it another time. It was awesome. And then also that plane sequence. I know that came later, but just have to mention it now.
It was later.
I was like, is this Top Gun? Is this a trailer for Top Gun? And then I was like, it's wow. Whoever made that, I don't know if it was
Nerd Koenig or someone else. Yeah.
Whoever, like, unreal. So good. To the actual match. So I predict, as Matt said, I had a feeling that it was going to be a 2-point swing in round one. That ended up being 1 point. And
no,
it started great with, was it 2 or 1? I can't remember. But the Waldo impression.
It was 2 because she got the challenge in the end.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was right in that sense. And then stupidly, and I don't know why, but I also forgot it was 5 rounds. And I don't know why I completely neglected that fact. And I think that would have swayed me more to Andrew, if I'm being honest, because he's got experience of the fast money speed round, and I think that's a huge advantage because it is so tough. And in the end, although she was a little bit behind anyway, I think that's what cost her the match in the end. I must say, I'm so pleased we've now seen buzzers again. I don't like fast money anymore. It was better in this match because we actually saw some questions missed. I know I don't want to root for that in the players, but I think it makes it more interesting because it's then where do you take the risk? But I do much prefer the buzzers, and we'll get to that in the teams match. But I just think it's so much more exciting than fast money. Just my own opinion. Yeah, Kelly gave it a really good go, but I feel like if it gets to round 3 and you're behind, it's really unlikely that you're going to be able to claw it back in Star Wars. It's very rare that Andrew's going to miss his 5. It happened against Ace, and I don't think it doesn't happen very often. But they both played really well. Kelly's probably going to go into the tournament now. I think she is confirmed to be in the tournament. I don't think it's a shoe-in she's winning that. I have to say that now. I hope she does well, but the Star Wars League is now so stacked. Like, I genuinely think anyone in that tournament could beat anyone. I really don't know who I'm going to pick throughout it. So I'm not confident she's going to get another shot this year. I think this may be it for her in terms of title shots this year. My money is not on her to win the tournament, but we'll see what happens. Andrew, I've doubted you throughout the year. I haven't picked you in any of our matches, and you keep proving me wrong. And chances are I probably won't pick you in the next one, and you'll probably prove me wrong. So you keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing, and you are maybe becoming the GOAT of Star Wars. If you can hold it to the end of the year, I think you've got a real shot at that, because the Star Wars League is more competitive now, I think, than it was when Alex had his belt. I think when Alex started with his belt, there was only like 2 or 3 that were contending, and now there's like 10 that could potentially win a belt. So I think it's even more impressive that he's holding on to it.
I do look forward to.
That's what I see as a difference between Alex and Andrew, is that Alex, when he defended 4 over like 3 years. Andrew has already defended twice in the same year. He's won 3 times in the same year. Alex has not done that.
Yeah, but he has a good year now. I do think that it's more impressive when you do it like year after year after year after year.
I think Andrew needs some more defenses before he takes that reign from Alex, but he's definitely on track at the moment.
I'll just say I do look forward of seeing Teresa pick between Harper and Malanta. That would be awesome to see her struggle.
I'm gonna do a coin toss. I just wanted to talk about that. I just wanted to start with, like, I keep picking the Malanta, and it gets harder and harder for me. And this one will be the hardest one, because Thomas is definitely one of my favorite, complete favorite rookies we have this year. I'm so excited about him, and I think he's a wall, and I really don't know what's going to happen, especially after seeing this match, because this actually, like I'm even more for the fast money than I was before, because this was the perfect combination. They had harder questions, and they had to be really fast, so it made them they couldn't answer all of them. They made mistakes. Both of them made mistakes. And those are the 2 of the best people in Star Wars. If
this is the
if
best
the writers
I've seen, to be fair, I will say that it's the best one.
This fast money actually meant something. Like, it wasn't the usual in Star Wars, we are going 10 and 10. This was the deciding factor. This really showed us who can think quickly, who can recall what in what speed, so who can work better under pressure. And I think it just showed that that Drew is more tested this year, because Laura had to wait a long time before her match, and I think it's not ideal. And she did really well up until that point. And then I think it shook her probably when she missed the first one. I don't think it's about her not playing in this format. I think this is the first time the riders really did pull some real tough questions. I think this was the hardest, in all of the divisions, fast money we saw yet. And especially if you see the now current champion who beat Damon twice struggle with it so much. You know how hard it was. And I commend the riders. I actually enjoyed it much more. Yes. I think this actually showed us something. So if the fast money, if there are still some digital matches and they do fast money and they do it this way and really test the players, I actually really enjoyed it. So because it made a difference this time. So I just think the difference was that Laura didn't play like 3 matches already this year. She had a long period between the matches. She couldn't be in the tournament. It wasn't her fault that she couldn't play more. There's also what I wanted to say for Alex Damon. He wanted to defend more every year. It just wasn't that way when his reign was. He couldn't defend more times because there were like 2 matches for the whole year. So that's not why
I'm
I
not
think,
saying anything bad against him. I'm just saying, like,
I didn't also I get that you're not saying anything bad. I just wanted to say, like, if they are 4 defenses both, I don't think this would be an equalizer for me. I think it's about how much better the league is. Like, this year is the best Star Wars division we ever had, and everyone could win it. Like, not only Harper, but I also believe that Gold Leader didn't. He missed like a leather in the championship match, and that was it. So I think Laura will be back. She will get that belt someday. It's also true what Liam said. I don't know if she can win the tournament, but not because I don't believe she can do it. I just think all of the matches will probably be coin tosses. It's like it's Damon, maybe Dimalanta, but Nikki. It's her.
Scrimshaw,
It's
like,
Scrimshaw.
Gold Leader.
It's
It's Gold Leader.
It's like, if you win one match, then kudos to you, because I think this will be the one where we won't know who to pick at all. But I'm excited for her for the tournament. I hope she does really well, because even though I picked Drew, it was bittersweet. It would be so amazing to have her as a champion, and I'm sad about it, but I know she will be back. So yeah. Let's go to the second match, which wasn't as serious. It's
some people did take it serious.
Wasn't Marisol? Oh no. Moses Sol was the second one. Yes.
Yeah, Moses Sol was the second one.
Okay, so this was serious. This was very serious.
Can I start on this one? I'll start.
Yes.
Just before we talk about the match, it was so nice to see an in-person match again at a studio. I feel like I'd forgotten what they look like, and it's just so different. Like, they have done amazing to keep the league going through COVID, through digital. But my God, have I missed the in-person matches. Like, the atmosphere, the smoke, the entrances, like Soul doing his bit at the start, talking about the Soul show. The interviews after with Jen, it's just so good. Like, I'm just so pleased they found a way to do it again, and just fingers crossed the world like allows this to continue to happen, because it is so great. I loved seeing an in-person match again. This is why I love the Schmoe Down. It's just, it warmed my heart. And the second in-studio match was the best match of the year, which we'll get to later. But this one was great. It wasn't quite as competitive as I thought it would be. And I thought this would go down to 5 pointers. Didn't quite happen. Planet of the Apes we saw in the previous match is a really tricky category. And again, it's kind of just completely flat night, like ruined a strong start from Soul. He managed to navigate it pretty well when it was an extremely tough one. But he spun it and he kept it. Like, he was pretty confident in his Planet of the Apes knowledge. And I think maybe he was lured into a false sense of security, because when he had it in his first match, the questions were a lot easier than he got in this one. But, you know, you have to give Amaru credit. I think he was doubted against Mark Haas. I don't think any of us picked him again in that one. He keeps improving match to match. he didn't have the strongest debut against Jesse Swift. He as he said himself, he was able to get the win, but probably not his best performance. He really stepped it up against House and got into this position, and then he outplayed Seoul on the day to the point where he TKO'd him, which I don't think anyone saw. I don't think anyone predicted a TKO. So absolutely fair play to Amaru. Like, he's earned his way to this number one to a title shot. Can he improve enough to win against Mike or Chandru? I don't know if he's there yet, but he keeps improving. So if he carries on that trajectory, maybe he can do it. In terms of Seoul, I was a bit concerned about how he would transition to in studio, and maybe it affected him a little bit. I don't know. As Leo's just said, I think maybe this is some of the nerves that he's had from in studio. I think he did rush his 5-pointer a little bit, and maybe it was just like the heat of the moment and the excitement. There's people cheering. It's easily done. I'm sure he'll come back even scarier and hyped, and that tournament needs to look out. I think he's going to be very dangerous in that tournament, and I'm quite glad he's in it, although I'm sad for Goddard. I hope that he gets a shot in singles instead. I don't know who the Den are picking yet. But what I'm really pleased about as well is we now get to see Ethan in the IG tournament, and that's really interesting to me. I have no idea how he's going to do, and I'm really excited to see him in that tournament, because I think at the start of the year, I don't think any of us would have thought that Ethan Irwin would be playing in a Geekdom tournament, and now we get to see if he can play in that league.
Everyone
so it's really exciting.
Everyone said Dan Merle is a 3-division player. No one said Ethan Irwin is a 3-division player.
If he's good, like, look out. Like, that's gonna be, if he's like top quality. I don't know. I've never thought of him as an Inner Geekdom player. I know he's done quite well in Inner Geekdom rounds in like
he
scenes and
loves
singles
Star
before,
Trek,
but
for example. So
yeah, he did win the Star Trek exhibition.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
know
know
he's
that.
a big Star Trek fan, but if it was only about Star Trek, then wouldn't be waiting with the IG entry.
yeah,
Like,
I don't know how he's going to do, but I'm excited to see it, and I just think it's nice to see new players in the league. So in IG, so we've seen Goddard, and I kind of wanted to see him, but like, at least we get to see what Ethan can do, so that's exciting. But it was a good match. I was hoping it'd be a bit closer than it ended up being. I thought it would go into the third round, and Amaru might have to answer some questions, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled. I'll pass on to Matt.
I think that this year really leveled IG and singles, like, at least a little bit. So I think if like Ethan played last year, I don't think he would be great. Like, I think he maybe would have gotten through the first round in a tournament or something. But this year is really playing into his cards with adding of the categories, because
true,
there's
actually.
a lot of thing that is also asked in singles.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I watched Amaru talk about it on Rundown today morning, and he was like, yeah, what's the most dangerous about Ethan is that he isn't expecting anything from this tournament. He's just trying it out. So like, he doesn't have any pressure on him. So
Which
that's
is dangerous,
that's
isn't it?
true.
Like...
That's also true. I really think it depends on who he will get. Matt said that this year he thinks of Ethan similarly as other players like Paul Oyama and Chance Ellison, and I think the Inner Geekdom part was the difference for me, because Oyama and Chance are both very good Inner Geekdom players, which adds a level. So we will see if Ethan does well. I think he can. I think really it depends on the questions. Like, I don't know if he knows like deep stuff about crimes of Grindelwald or something, but it
We'll
could be
see.
stuff that he's good at. Like we saw how good Bibbs was in the Enigdom category later. So, I think if you know movies really well, you know all movies really well. But Enigdom seems to be a little tougher. You have to like
Yeah,
the 5-pointers. The 5-pointers, I think, are the tough part of
and
Enigdom.
him and Dan Merle are only two players who I would like if I hear someone else is going to inner geekdom and he will have like singles championship soon. I would say, okay, please don't do it. Don't take your focus off singles. But I think that like Dan Merle and Ethan Irwin are players who can do it because they know so much. Like in general, they really can afford it.
Yeah,
But
I think I just don't think
are we
if
going
any of
to?
them like I think Ethan like wants to try it on because there's no one more capable right now. Like Jacob maybe could
Yeah.
do better. I don't know, but he probably wants to try it out. They
But
don't have
guys,
any other.
we should go back to the Sol Amaru match.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. What I wanted to say about this match is that I'm crushed. Like it's not about Amaru winning. I'm very happy for him, but I just didn't want it to happen in this way. I I didn't want Dan to get a TKO. I didn't want Saul to get a TKO. Unfortunately, this wasn't his day, and I'm sad about it because I really like Saul. I think he gives it everything he got, and like he he's a maniac. He practically trained himself in a geekdom through like a year, and he was doing so well. So I really wanted this for him. I wanted this for Kate. But Amaru was just really better this time. So great for him. I'm just really sad about the TKO aspect of it because I think Saul is a person who will be really down on himself because of this. Especially like the minus point to the Dan. I think he will be angry at himself, and I don't want that for him. Okay, Ben. Matt, close us off
Okay,
because
Matt.
you want to start the
Sure.
next one.
Okay.
Okay, so for me, I kind of wish Saul would take his time a bit more. I know he doesn't like taking his time, but I think like a few things that made it a bit odd for me was when he went to Jurassic Park, I noticed a bit of a hesitation for him there. And I kind of wanted him to spin again at that point. And I know he doesn't
You
like
mean
spinning again. But,
Planet of the Apes?
sorry, Planets of the Apes. Yes, thank you for the correction. But yeah, I kind of wish that it spun again and just seen where it landed. But I know that the opponent's choices there. I know he doesn't like to spin again, that sort of thing. But I think that's an advantage that the Schmoedown gives you. And I think if you have any hesitation, you should at least consider spinning again. And it felt like he hesitated a little bit and then went, okay, let's do it. And that to me was just. And then the last question where he just. I think if he had just let himself think a bit more, because he had all three JTEs, if he had just said, okay, please repeat the question, I think he would have eventually have gotten it. Because I watched Amaru speak about that moment, and he said like he knew that, but he doesn't know if he would have been able to pick that moment out. If at that time, under that pressure, he would be able to take that, be able to pull that from his mind. And I think like Saul was in the same situation. And if he had just taken some time, said, please repeat the question. I know that he's not the type of person that does that, but I would prefer to see him use every advantage he can. And then maybe if he doesn't get the right answer, then fine. At least you've taken the advantage of the rules that the game has so that you can get ahead. But I think that's just my opinion. I love Saul. I want to see him succeed. I want to see him as a champion one day. But yeah, this was crushing for me because the Den lost. But yeah.
Yeah, Matt.
Uh, okay, so I was the only one picked Amaro this time actually. So yeah, also he was the underdog. Uh, I was actually really surprised when I was scrolling through the group and people put their predictions for the collision like in the group. I saw that not many people chose Amaro as winner of this match. Mm, and okay, first I will talk about Saul. I do think that it happened what Saul said. He prepared differently, and as Teresa said, he's the person who prepares a lot for the matches, and he took different approach, and it didn't pan out for him.
Mm.
And I think that was actually the reason he lost, main reason. But I will say that Amaro really impressed me because Amaro did steal every question he could. Like he got all the steals as well. I think
Mm.
yeah
No,
he
he
got
didn't.
I don't think he
No,
did.
no, he didn't.
he got
Mm-mm.
3 points on the steals, and that he
No,
got
he missed one at least. He missed one still. Yeah.
really okay. I
Yeah, I
thought
think so.
he
I think he missed the first one. I might be wrong, but
okay.
I
I
think he
didn't
I'm
did.
sure
watch
Leo will
this
correct
match.
us.
I didn't
Yeah.
watch this match,
Doesn't matter.
but
Still, like he
like
was still there. Yeah.
his Amaru stole a
There we
lot.
go.
Oh, I thought he stole one multiple and one. Okay. So he stole only the one who did what didn't go to multiple. But okay. Uh, Also, that was impressive as well. Uh, I do agree with Ben that Saul should maybe think a little. I don't think like it was the live setting for Saul because do think that like Saul thrives in live. He did cut the promo straight from WWE. Like
Mm.
it was cutting edge. If anyone is a wrestling fan, they will know what I mean. Like this is a like talk show that happens in the ring in the WWE. It was straight from that. So I do think that live is actually better for Saul. I do think that both players were nervous because for both players, Amaro and Saul was the first like time doing that.
Mm.
Uh, Amaro was just let we can say more lucky, uh, could pull the answers. Saul didn't, and I do think that Saul could come back, but I also do see like Inner Geekdom tournament not as hard as Star Wars, but it's not an easy like path to anyone. You will probably have Haas, you will probably have people like you have people like Parker, you will have Chance Ellison, who is good as well. We also saw how good he can be. So I don't think like it's showing like Saul will get uh, far in this tournament. I do think that like it's again like it will be hard to pick. Maybe the first round will be easier, but I do think that it will be like hard to pick.
He's playing with
So
Brendan Hanna. I don't think. I think it
oh
will be pretty even.
okay, I'll say I do think that Seoul will win this, but I am sad set for Stars again because they really
Mm.
need the points right about now.
I
So
really don't know. I
yeah,
really don't know about that match.
Brandon
Like,
improved a lot in that Parker match. Like he played
yeah,
pretty
but I
well.
do think that Seoul will be so motivated
yeah, but
in
do you
this
think
match.
that
That
Hannah
could trip
won't
him
be?
though.
Like,
Like
I think
Okay,
both of them will be.
you
Like,
guys can pick Hannah. I will be happy if you do.
I'm not saying I will pick Hannah. I'm just saying like I don't think
Okay,
it's
yeah,
it's
but
that black and white. Like,
my
well,
thing
Ben.
is I saw that people were saying okay Saul will be back after the tournament stuff like that. it it may be that he won't, like you said, Brandon Hanna could beat him again. So
Mm.
um yeah, but Saul was excellent as well. I think both managers were good as well. So yeah, that's it. And now we can
Yeah.
go to the match that frustrated me so much. And it's not because Marisol won, because I just want
Mm.
to say like right away, Marisol deserved to win this match. She was the better prepared player in every single way. But I was like, as a person who like watched Schmoe for a long time, and I think that even our watchers maybe can relate to that. I was really sad when I saw the level of play, like knowing the game, and like you are playing to face the champion, and you don't know the rules. You are forgetting to put the last names. And the sad thing is, because I actually rewatched couple of that match and couple of Kevin Smith matches, he does do like big introductions into the answers, and he does like pause for dramatic effect and stuff like that. And the thing is, I think that if he actually did prepare for that game like the game went, he would won. I think he would be like up on Marisol, and he because I do think that he knew Scary Movie 3. He just was pausing for like because he did it
He
before.
wasn't.
I
No, he
disagree.
wasn't.
Okay.
What
Fully
the
But
hell, dude?
but
No.
okay, I'll just say I was so frustrated that he didn't prepare at least for with the rules with the JTs, because we talked about it. If he took like JTs on a couple of those number one round one questions, he would probably got that. And the challenge was, as Leo said, really stupid. Unfortunately, it was stupid
Yeah.
challenge.
Yes.
And the fact that that was the number one contender match, I will say that
Mm.
maybe people would get insulted, but I think it's disrespectful to so many players who put so much time to learn the game, to study, and like I don't know what to. I didn't feel like it was an excellent, entertaining match, but
Mm.
just try. It's not hard to remember. You have JTEs, and when you challenge, and I was also a little disappointed with Koi that he didn't say to him like Kevin, no, this is not a challenge worthy question. We will move on. Like
Yeah.
I get it's hard to like say to Kevin Smith no, but it's your job as a manager to say to him, no, sorry, Kevin, this makes no sense. Like, mm, I was a little disappointed, really. I rewatched the match because I felt that way yesterday, and then I rewatched it today just to be sure. And yes, I'm really disappointed. Like in Kevin, I get he doesn't have time to study, but at least get time to learn the game if you are in the number one contender match for the championship that so many people are putting their sweat and tears in to get. I don't know if you understand me. What like I I I was the swimmer for 13, 14 years, and like if someone got to the finals because he was popular and well known, and I saw that he wasn't prepared, I would be so frustrated because I put so much time in to get to that spot. For example, Marisol really put time in, and I don't know how much time Kevin put. Like I don't think it's a lot. Uh, Sorry, and I was a little frustrated. It was an like really entertaining match. I laughed a lot. It was oh my god, but yeah, uh, and yeah, I was very happy that Marisol like won. I would be really sad if she lost that match. Like it would suck for me, to be honest, after that match. And that's it. I know it's like a little rant, but that's how I feel.
I kind
Yeah, I
of get
think
where
you're
you're getting
overreacting.
from.
No,
Okay. No,
I
I get what you mean. I think that you're just like, I don't think you're right. But I know what you mean, and I agree that the challenge was ridiculous. I don't think that Koi should have talked him out of it, but I think he should at least discuss it with him. That he shouldn't. Like, he should like say, "Do you really want to try this? Because we have only one challenge. We, if we won't get it, and I don't know if we will." We don't have another. We can't do it again. So, like, I wish he discussed it with him. I think if the player is decided,
Teresa,
then
I'm sorry to disagree with you on this one, but I honestly feel like that's on Koi because I know that you don't want to say no to Kevin Smith, but that
No,
was a really
I'm
silly
saying, like,
challenge,
I
and
think he should have
she
discussed
should have
it
just
with
said
him.
to him. He should have just said to him, "Look, the rules are you have to write the name and surname. This is why we're not going to challenge." That may have led if he had then kept the challenge, then maybe he would have had the challenge for the last question, and he could have at least put his point forth and let him
Yeah, I'm
say, "I
glad
was
he didn't
pausing for
have the
dramatic
challenge for the
effect."
last question. I'm really happy he burned it on this, because I would be mad if he challenged the last question, because I don't at all think he knew it. I think it was
Yeah.
pretty telling when he said scary movie, and then was 1 second, second, third second, fourth second, and then Christian said no, it's the wrong
And you're winning.
answer. Like, it's not, he wasn't waiting for dramatic effect. There wasn't a pause. He ended with a question, and
Yeah, I know that.
then
But
when he,
what
like,
I'm saying is that he could
yeah,
have
I know,
then,
I just want,
if that is the case, he could have then put his point across
yeah,
and
I get
said,
it, and
yes,
I think
for
they
dramatic
shouldn't
effect.
challenge. I said I think it's a
Yeah.
ridiculous challenge, and I think Koi should have talked to him. I don't know if it's good in a match to tell any player, not only Kevin Smith, like, you're completely wrong. You're acting like a douche now. You
No,
can't
no, no.
do that in a match.
Don't
Like,
say
yeah,
you're completely wrong, but say, listen, the rules are this and this and this.
yeah,
This
that's
is why
what I
we're not
said.
going to
That he
challenge.
should have discussed it with him. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
he should have told him, like, don't do it. Stop. Like, I don't think that's the way to put it across in a high risk
Yeah,
match.
okay.
I think he should have discussed it with him. I think
He
should have
should
told
talk him
him.
out of it. He should
Yes.
talk him out of it. Yeah.
Yes, at least try. And I think if your players like decided and there's no going across, then if you tell him no, radically, it could maybe even make his performance worse from that point on. So, like, but I agree. I think it wasn't,
Yeah.
like, he shouldn't just go with it. That's for sure.
Mm.
I agree with that. Also, yeah, his performance in the first round wasn't the best. I do think that he should have used JTE. It's the same with Horowitz, though, because he did use them in previous matches. So I don't think it's completely like Goi's fault, or like, I just think this was a
Yeah.
high pressure match. I don't think he expected to be shaken at all, and I think he was a little bit, like, he was getting closer to that path. He's still like, this was his fourth match in total. It's not like he's been playing this for years and years, and like we said, he's really, like, he doesn't have a lot of time, especially now.
Yeah.
I get what Matt is saying. I just don't think, like, this wasn't earned at all, and it was a disappointment. I don't.
So if
I
I
don't.
can
I don't
add
agree.
my
You said it was a disappointment. I don't agree with that. That's
Yeah.
that's
No,
all.
I
Like,
said it's disrespectful if you are in the number one contender match that you don't even make time at least to remember to write, like, to learn the basics of the game. Like,
but I
it's
don't think that's
disrespectful.
true. I don't think he forgot like, I don't think he thought that Kate will be fine. I think he just couldn't pull her surname.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he played it that way because he's playing it like he
Mm.
did it in his last match. He, like, if he
Mm.
doesn't know, he's trying to make a conversation from it because it's Kevin Smith and this is the way he communicates. I don't think he knew it. I think he was just blanking on Kate. And I agree that in this situation, it would be great if he used his JTE because he might get there. I agree with that completely. I don't think he disrespected the game by not knowing this. I think he knew this and he acted it out that way. So
Okay.
it's more interesting.
Yeah,
But
if
he
the-
said,
can I
yeah,
put my
if
two
that if
cents
that's
in here?
if that's
Sorry.
the case, then I agree with you, Teresa. If that's the case, if he didn't knew the
Can I
like
put
the
my two
surname.
cents in here? Because
Yeah.
the thing is, every competitor has a bad match. Every single competitor,
Yeah.
whether it's Kevin Smith or Dan Murrell, they have bad matches. And I think that's something that we have to look at. And sometimes, even Bibiani sometimes says, this was a bad match for me. My head wasn't there. Things happen like that. And I think we have to acknowledge that. What I will say, and just to kind of take it on another topic, I love that he holds no grudges against the Schmoe down. That I love,
Yeah.
because if you saw the scene at the end of this match where he said it's not over yet,
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
that,
I was
that
I
shows
was like,
that
are you
he still
sarcastic?
he
Because
still
there
loves the
wasn't
game.
really what?
He
Okay,
still loves the game. He
maybe
still loves
okay.
the Schmoedown,
I'll just say maybe
which
I
I think is
get it.
awesome.
Maybe I get it wrong because I
I'm
really
really
get it.
confused
Can
right
I
now.
please jump in? Like,
What?
Yeah.
my mind's blown here. Okay, I'm not as
What?
mad as Matt is on this match, but like, I completely do get your points. I don't think Kevin Smith like did it. I don't think he disrespected the game. I just don't think he. I don't think he could remember Kate Blanchett's last name, so that's why he wrote
Yeah.
Kate. And I don't.
Maybe I
And
get that wrong, right?
and he
I
mixed
get it.
up Hackman and Wilder. That sort of
Yeah, that's
thing is
okay.
understandable. He obviously knew it. He just put the wrong gene down. He
But Josh,
loves to do this sort of thing. He loves to talk. It's Kevin Smith. He was
Yeah.
high,
That's what I was
probably.
thinking.
You know, he's always talking in matches. That's how he plays. It's Kevin Smith.
Mm.
I forgive a lot of the gameplay elements with Kevin Smith because it's Kevin Smith.
Mm.
He's an extremely busy man. The fact he takes the time to come play Schmoedown is really important for Schmoedown. Captain Morgan may not have sponsored this event if Kevin Smith was not in it. So I do
get
give them a bit of leniency. And with him being in it, it means that other people are aware. Like Paul Walter Hauser is now in the league. And I think it's because he's aware of Kevin Smith. Josh Horowitz, I think, found out because of Kevin
Chris
Smith.
Van Vliet.
Exactly. So, like, I give a little bit of leniency towards the rules and things. And in other matches, he has used JTEs. I just
Yeah.
don't think he had any intention to. Like, I don't think he like needed them. I just don't think he was going to pull it. I will say, like, I was concerned after the end of round one because I thought, oh my god, he may get TKO'd. But he had an amazing round two. He went 8 for 8, and it was still a really competitive match. Like he nearly caught up with Marisol. Like he hit his 2 and 3, I believe. I may be wrong, but I think he missed the 5. She hit her 2 and 3. And then he just couldn't hit the 5. And also the scary movie thing, he did not know it. He guessed scary movie, and it was funny. Like I found his bit funny. Like it's Kevin Smith. It's what he does. Like I don't think it was serious at all. Like I think he just likes to banter with them, and like he was trying to pull a quick fast one on them, thinking he might get away with it. But I think deep down he knew that he was never going to get that challenge, and he didn't have one anyway. And then the like scene was really fun, but like he's pissed at Christian in the scene. Like he is mad at Movie True Showdown, which is great because it probably means next season he's going to come back firing. Like there's going to be a big moment in an event or something.
Sorry,
I can't
what
wait.
I meant by not holding grudges is that he's not going away forever and going to tell people that the movie Trivia Schmoedown is crap.
Yeah.
What I meant by that was that he still loves to play.
Yeah,
he still wants to be in this thing, and like he said in his pre-match interview, he's found a space that he can be welcome, that he can have friends and people that he can talk to. In Hollywood, he doesn't have that because he's not respected in Hollywood. I kind of love that about him, and yes, I agree with you. The whole thing with the Kate Blanchett thing, he was probably just trying it out. I think maybe Coy should have said to him, look, we're not going to win this. Let's rather just like keep it. Maybe we can use it down the line, sort of thing.
That
might
have
have
said
been
more.
better.
Like that was a ridiculously dumb challenge.
Yeah, but also don't think he should have like rejected him completely. That's not
no, not right out, but talk to the guy and say, listen, we're not going to challenge this because of such and such and such. But this match was amazing to watch. It was probably it was above the Amaru Saul match for me because I loved. You could see Marisol was enjoying herself. She didn't feel disrespectful. She was laughing at everything Kevin Smith was doing. The banter between at the end between Kevin Smith, Coy, and Shannon Barney. Shannon Barney, where she's like, "Get this idiot off the screen!" Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm glad you brought up that. Like Shannon did not give a crap that Kevin Smith is a celebrity, and I loved that. She just acted as if like he's someone from the street, and just did not
Yep.
care about his celebrity status. And I'm so pleased that just because he's a celebrity, she didn't feel like she had to change her personality. And like she was tearing him a new one to the point where even Mark Ellis was like, "Oh my god!" And I love that. That was like awesome.
I just want to say, I apologize because I really thought he knew it, but he forgot to, like, I don't think he respected the game if he couldn't pull it. I really thought he knew the answer, but didn't remember to write the surname.
But
Not,
it's like
not,
that's okay. That was the like I'm happy that you thought it, because that was probably the point. He was trying to play it that way.
yeah, maybe, yeah, but he did get me, and if that's the case, I still stand uh, against what I said, but I do think that you are right. He just didn't know, and that tried maybe to
Yeah, and it's
play
still what I wanted to get to, which Liam already said almost everything I wanted to say, but like I wanted to get to it. Doesn't matter. But still, it's true that the first round, like he should have probably tried the JTEs, but we talked about it. It's not like he doesn't know about them at all, like some competitors used to, and it's just when you were like so upset about it, it was like, dude, some of Sam Levine's title matches are like 8-3 he won or something. Like there used to be a lot of matches that weren't as high scoring in the Schmoedown.
No, I'm not saying because of the score. I was saying because of the, like, forgetting the surname and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. I
because
get it.
I thought I thought he actually forgot. I didn't think he could actually joke with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it's Kevin Smith, as Liam said, he likes to do stuff like that. So he probably joked. That was my reasoning, not because of the
Yeah.
score, misses, or anything else.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. I just wanted to say congratulations to Marisol, basically.
Yeah.
Marisol is
And,
amazing.
Yeah.
Guys, please. I want to say it, please. I want to just congratulate her. Marisol is amazing. I'm happy she's going for the belt. I think it went the way it was supposed to go. And I really wanted to say and get to this, that I'm happy she had that match with Janine, because I think that was her real test before going to the championship. I think this match, even though it was high pressure and even though she seemed a little bit starstruck, like it was easier to handle, but she got her real test with Janine, I think, with that match. So she is prepared to go against Eaton or Dan. So I'm glad she got that match before that, because I think it will help her in her championship match. That's everything I wanted to say. If you want to comment anymore, you can. I just wanted to get to it.
I will want to say
kind of
about
Sorry.
Yes.
About Marisol, like, I'm really happy, and not really happy that she didn't have the best round two as she usually have, but like I think she gets that, like, not as good as round two now out of her system, and I think it happened on a perfect match for her. So now, like, she gets that out, and now she can go, like, freshly into the championship as well. But also, I do like that it happens that her, let's just say, not strength is something that most people would say, oh, she's a girl, she will probably know about this a lot, and it happens, it's like not stereotypical, like, oh, she's a girl, so she will know a lot about rom-coms and stuff like that. And
It was
wanna
Reese
say,
Witherspoon. There wasn't many rom-coms in that category.
Yeah.
Like it was just that
Reese
actress.
Witherspoon category was so difficult. Like
Yeah.
It wasn't much like
they
what
were
you
really
would
hard
expect.
questions.
Yeah.
Like Kevin didn't know the ones that were thrown over either. Like they were really
Yeah,
tough.
she talked about it also on Rundown, and she said like she was kind of disappointed because she knows her Reese Witherspoon actually really well, but those questions were toughies. Yeah.
But
Because
I'll say,
I like didn't know those questions, and I was like, yes, Reese Witherspoon. Oh no, damn it,
I
I don't know any of them.
I did think that they did, and the last thing, I do think that they did, like, make round one a little easier than they usually do for the number one contender match.
Agreed.
I'll be honest. I usually don't get as much as points in number one contender singles matches, but second and third round was on par with other matches, I think. So I was pleased. So yeah, that's it. Yeah,
The
and
important thing is that after the stumbles, he got through the second round so well that in the
yeah,
end it was very competitive
yeah,
still.
very and
So
entertaining match.
And
yes,
I will say that I'm kind of glad that Marisol after the Janine match had this match to kind of calm her nerves before she goes into a a championship match with either Ethan or Dan. Um, Dan is a pretty seems this season to be a pretty intense dude, so I'm kind of glad she had that kind of relaxed match, more relaxed first round. As you guys said, I didn't find them that easy personally, but you guys got nearly 8 for 8, so that wasn't my experience. But yeah,
it's still
um,
subjective. Like
yeah,
you can't really say like yeah, it's hard to say, but yeah, we got a lot of them, which is a surprise, at least for me.
yeah.
And me,
But, yeah,
Liam does usually pretty
and
good, but you and me does like not that good.
yeah, and like the ones I missed, I knew Kate Blanchett, I just didn't write it down because I'm stupid. And Patty Jenkins, if he asked for that repeat, I was hoping he is going to ask for me because I was also blanking, and I was like, this movie, like it's Wonder Woman. So I cried in
Mm.
theaters. I saw it so many times, and I just couldn't remember. So I get it. It happens.
Yeah.
Brain farts.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we go to the last?
We
And
can,
the
and this will be
best.
the thing that made us
Yeah.
call this episode what we called it.
Whoa,
Okay.
this match. Like,
I think Liam should
Okay,
talk
Liam, so
first
start.
because he was the only person that chose corruption.
this was a roller coaster, and it is match of the year in my opinion. I know for
Yes.
some it's probably still the Star Wars match, but I think just because of the way it was like, well, Shazam led for so long, and then Corruption fought so hard to come back, and I thought I was a genius for a small moment by picking them. I really thought they were going to do it, and if they did win, I would have been so far ahead in our league. But luckily, the 3 matches in the week, I went 3-0, and Marisol saved my collision because if she didn't win, I would have been 0-4 in collision.
And you went
So-
too far. You went too far. You didn't pick Nikki.
oh
You didn't.
no, yeah, sorry, but we all didn't pick Nikki, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, but
in terms of prediction league, but yeah, so the week saved me, but then when it came to collision, I was not having a good run, and then I was the only one that went corruption. And I said last week when I picked them, I think being in studio and the buzz around is why I'm picking corruption, and it so very nearly was a genius move because Chance Ellison, oh my god, he killed the buzz around like 4 for 5, and Brendan is also like notoriously known for being good on the buzzers. Bibbs is good on the buzzers, but he was able to go 4 for 5. That's crazy, like unbelievable.
Just so
but
damn quick.
under so much pressure, he went
Yeah.
4 for 5. They needed it like hell, and he got all those points they needed. Ah,
and
shit.
as I said, like last time, this is why I love the buzz around. It gives teams an opportunity to come back, and because they know the score, they know whether to take the risk. There was that question, which was the movie release date question, and everyone, I thought they were going to leave it, and then Chance was like, I might as well go for it because it's going to be more than a 5-point gap if we don't. He risked it and he got it right. If you play fast money, you don't know the other score. So that's why I personally love it, because it makes it more competitive. Go on.
Yeah, I think if it, I will let you finish after this, but I think if it was more similar to the fast money round we got in the Laura match, and
Yeah.
the Malanta, it would also be interesting because you could get a swing like he did. So yeah, but I agree. You were very right to go with the buzzers. It was too close. You can continue. Sorry.
Yeah, and it was such corruption really stumbled for like a little bit from the first couple of rounds, and I was shocked at what happened in round 2. They got Inner Geekdom, and you're like, oh, they'll go with Perfect because it's the current Inner Geekdom champion, and Chance is also a really strong Inner Geekdom player. And then I think they missed 2 or 3, and Bibbs stole. I don't know if it was him or Brandon.
Everything.
2 was it 2 they missed? And Bibbs knew it.
So,
Like I was
yeah.
so impressed with him, and he clearly knew it. I don't think he guessed. Like he knew those answers. Like when they came over, you could see it's like I've got this, and he's not an IG player. Like I wonder what he could do in that league if he's pulling them answers. Like Ethan's gonna give it a shot. I want to see what Bibbs can do after that match, but yeah, what they did was key. They kept it in range, so they knew going into the buzzer round that they had a chance to make it within 5. They both bet 3 points and both hit it in the betting round. And then going into that, I was praying they get it to 5 because if they get it to 5, there's a chance. And Chance absolutely just smashed the buzzer round. Oh my god, it was crazy! Like that is the best buzzer round performance we've ever seen, in my opinion. And you just Shannon running in afterwards, giving him a massive hug, like, "Oh my god, you've done it!" And then they don't hit the 5, which Ben actually got. Like, well done, Ben. You knew that one about Coco and the bell.
Oh yes.
So yeah, well, good pull. And then obviously we go to sudden death, and we're all on the edge of our seats because it's so close. And then it gets to 50. What was it? 50 all.
No,
I think.
51,
And then
50,
Teresa's like, "Oh my god, is this going to be 51-50 again?" You called it before it happened. And then it happened. I couldn't believe it.
I kept saying it from like 44. When it was 44, I kept saying, how are they going to do it? So it's again. But it's ridiculous that it happened the first time. I just wanted to say I'm breaking up a bit. So, I just wanted to say I'm breaking up a bit. So I'm going to leave and come back. So please continue with your thoughts.
Okay.
And
I will go then. I do think after all is done, this was Corruption's match to win. Like they got Inner Geekdom. I was shocked. I'll be honest. I was shocked they missed so much in Inner Geekdom when I watched. I didn't expect it. I did get like how you can say ether of words, and that sucks for them. I get it. It would suck for me as well. Like devour ether, I get it. But in second round the story was Bibbs and his knowledge. I guess being a trainer of your faction really does pay off at the end, because I think that every single competitor in Quirky Merc said that like Bibbs is doing like Star Wars preparation, Inner Geekdom for his teammates and stuff like that, writing the questions and stuff. Also, I am the bigger fan of Fast Money than the Buzzer Rounds. I became that way. Maybe people will be surprised by it because of the Sam Levine Rachel Cushing match when Sam KO'd Rachel. It's not that Rachel didn't know those answers and didn't pull them. It's just that Sam like pushed the button first, and that's the same thing with this match. Like I rewatched it and I saw like Brandon was right there with the couple of times with Chance. It's not that like he pulled the answer less quick than Chance. He just didn't push the button as fast as Chance. I really like it's knowledge versus knowledge. If you know more, you win. It's just that's what I prefer.
Okay,
but that's just me.
Can I just quickly counter that, and then you can just
yeah.
Because for me, like, I think it's Christian has said this, and I agree with him. Like the reason I love the Schmoedown so much is that it's not just knowledge. Like knowledge is a huge part of it, but it's also gameplay. And when they did that Patriots above the line Iron Man match, I don't
Yeah,
think it was the most successful match because that's not what the Schmoedown is. It's about gameplay as well as knowledge. And
yeah, I
that
get it.
Iron Man match with Patriots above the line was not as fun a match to watch for me as the normal standard 5 rounders. And I love the buzzer round because it allows you to catch up and it puts more pressure. Like Chance had to go early, which is more risky because they had to catch up.
Yeah,
And
I get it.
that's why I love like the Schmoedown format. And if you're 4 points ahead, you can still lose if it's a 5 pointer, and that's just the way it is. Like if it's just knowledge, it becomes a quiz and not something unique like the Schmoedown. So that's just my take, but I do respect your opinion.
But you do have like the spinning around. You have like the it's on what numbers you pick and stuff like that. So there is always be the gameplay level, like game level of stuff. But okay, I respect your as well. Uh, I do think that the buzzers will be a big factor in the championship matches. For example, I do think that that's something that Ethan Irwin and then Merle will have advantage over Marisol, whoever she's going to play, because she never did like in the actual match. She never had to press that button. I know she will probably like train that with Chance and Mike, but I think that like if you are, especially it could be her first like live event she does, and it's against someone really known in the Schmoedown, and it's the first time like you pushing these buzzers. I think that like for the first time competitor, it could like be a problem, like not a problem like you cannot learn it, but I think that it's a little advantage for the players who did like the buzzers and know the feeling of those buzzers.
Thomas is on your side, yeah.
Just taking that in. Thomas agrees with me.
Yeah, that's the first time. And
Great minds,
yes,
Thomas. Great minds.
yeah, I actually am a little sad for Mike, because I think Mike will not forgive himself for quite some time for this match, because I think, like he said, he thinks he should be the one like who knew those inner geekdom questions, and if he knew them, they would win in the end. But yeah, it was an excellent match. I am happy. I must acknowledge Quirky Mercs. Like the faction who was in the -1 is now first in the standings. And I will say this: after I saw like again, I don't know what that match is a row, but Shazam was again perfect in the first round. But and they will probably be like both will be in the tournament. I know it's a toss up, but it will be hard. I think it won't be easy to take that number one spot from Quirky Mercs, because I do see like possibility of Bibbs and Brandon going pretty far in that tournament, both of them, and as well as I can see Chance. I will say that after this, I think Chance is most improved player in the Schmoedown, and I think Chance is right now probably the best player in corruption for me. For me at least, I think he beats everyone in corruption in singles right now. I know it's like on any given Sunday in Schmoedown, but yeah, I'm really impressed with Chance as well. But I do think that Quirky Mercs could end the season like in first place. They have that capability with Dimalanta still champion and he can defend, and I do think that like Quirky Mercs in the singles tournament could do some damage as well. So yeah, that's it for me. And make that shirts for Quirky Mercs like
They already
51.
they're making
Yeah.
they're making them 5150.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
happening. Confirmed on rundown.
Should we
Yesterday.
quickly answer this question before someone else takes it? That's so tough. Actually, we'll save that for predictions. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't want to pick.
Lightning time.
Yeah, it's also I keep picking against Lightning Time, and they keep beating everybody, and they still have the heads. So I don't know. I think the toughest
then-
thing for Mike is that he actually knew the answers to the questions. He said it in the post interview that he knew the destroy run, and he doubted himself, and that was a mistake. And also said he knew the North Carolina question, and he also doubted himself and changed the answer. And that's like probably the toughest for him because they could
Yeah.
win at 2 points. But also then I don't know if Shazam would do like multiple choice for the 1940s. Like you never know. Then maybe the match would look differently on both
Yeah.
sides. They
Mike
would bet
was,
2,
like-
maybe they wouldn't bet 2. They
Yeah.
would bet 3. Like you never know. But it's probably the
If Mike
toughest
was
if you
the
know the
one to
question.
get the win as well, like if Mike
Yeah.
was the one that like got them the
Got
win, that
nothing-
would
yeah.
have taken a lot of heat off Mike because I
Yeah.
think Chance carried a lot of them. But if he got the win, like everyone would have been like, okay, fair play, but it didn't happen.
So I think that's probably why he's so frustrated. Like if he didn't really know the answers, that's probably maybe easier than if you know them and you doubt yourself and you overthink it. So yeah, I think he's one of the players who's too hard on himself. Like if he wasn't good, it doesn't matter that Chance is the best player in the whole world. Like they wouldn't have those championships. It's just they have some kind of X factor where Mike is the best
Yeah.
to get their categories, and Chance is a magician in the speed round. That's why what Matt said about Marisol maybe having a disadvantage. I don't know if she trains with the corruption and with Chance, and we both know that we know that both Ethan and Dan are very conservative in the speed rounds. They don't push too soon. So I don't know if she actually could like use it to her opportunity. We will see if maybe they are more aggressive this year in the match this week. So, but they are like, I think Dan goes into most of the championship matches like winning, then going to the speed round, getting to even ground, and then we see. But what else I wanted to say? Yes, my 2 favorite moments about this match and maybe the whole collision. This was probably my favorite match. I don't know if of the whole year. I think all of the 1-on-1 matches are pretty crazy. So I don't have a favorite yet. They are great for very different reasons. And it's just ridiculous that like this weird score keeps happening. But when Bibbs said I found my Tenderoni, I thought it was so
Yeah.
precious. It's canon now. Even they are using it, which is like, I love that. And the
He
second thing
found
is I
Tinder
know,
already that was right for him.
yeah. And the second thing is, I think Ben said it too. It's the huddle hug at the end. Like the match was so crazy that all of them just like stopped the pretenses and just went to one big huddle, and they like hugged and talked it out, and they all hugged each other, like all of them separately, and did this big huddle hug, and I loved it. And I was glad they were able to do it, because I know players kept talking about how terrible it is when you lose and then you sit alone in your room. And in this situation, they could all talk it out. It was one of
Yeah.
the best matches probably in teams ever. Like, it's even better when you go from Mike did it against Rachel too when he was down. I think Thomas talked about it in the chat, and the speed round got him back up again. Same with this. Corruption just you can never count them out. Never, even when they are losing 8 points. No, they still can get there. So I think this is both for great teams, and I think it was a good pick, Liam, because you were this close. And if you got it,
I think you were worried, weren't you? Let's be honest. Like you were
Dude.
all
Everyone.
worried.
Of
well,
course, of
I
course.
actually kind of thought that I would still give the biggest shot to Shazam if we go to sudden death. I kind of think
Yeah.
it's more like a first round, and I think Brandon and Bibiani dominate that. But even Mike going North Carolina in his head shows you that I might have been wrong. If he if he wrote that down, they would have been.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, I was nervous. Like, we were winning so hard, and then the speed run happened, and then they
This
missed the
close.
5.
This
It's like,
close.
what? So yeah, but we wouldn't get 1-on-1 score if it all didn't happen this way. So I think it's fate. Like, Mercs are crazy this year, especially the Malanta and Bibiani and Horowitz, of course.
So, Liam,
Yes.
are you
Wait, I
still
have a
worried
question.
about the bird?
Did Shazam miss any questions
Yes,
in this match?
they missed their 5.
The 5.
Mhm.
5, yeah, 5.
But that's it.
And the North
right?
Carolina.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. Yeah.
I don't
in the match.
like. I don't get the son of that. Yeah, the 5. They missed the 5. Yeah, Bell.
Okay, Ben,
That's
did you
one
talk
that I
about
hit
it,
and
or
no one else did.
Yes.
You've mentioned everything I did. I will say that I was in tears at that hug. That was amazing to see. I will just say that after that speed round, I was so nervous. I just wanted to go into my phone and see who actually won, but I resisted doing that. But yeah, I'm just glad Shazam won, and I got another point. And yeah, I just wanted to quickly touch on a little bit of this. We'll just take 2 minutes. So we saw a little bit more of the additions to the stories. We saw Jen interviewing Andrew Guy, and he seems like there's a little spots where he might be, the sleeper agent might be activated. Then later we saw corruption or lady corruption. Yeah, thank you, Jay, talking to Shannon, and Shannon saying, "I know why you did. You placed Marisol in that position," and then she winked to Christian at the end, which was amazing. And then of course we had, yeah, and then of course we had that Kevin Smith Christian thing, which, as Thomas pointed out, I could really see Christian going against.
I said
Kevin
that
Smith
yesterday.
or
I
something.
said that yesterday that we
Yeah.
could have like in spectacular maybe Christian
I
versus
agree.
Smith.
That would be
Like
amazing. So let's just touch a little bit on promo of the week. Each one can pick, and then
Can
we'll
I
go
just
on to predict.
say one thing good about Kevin Smith losing? Well, one thing good. All is good because we wanted Marisol to win. I was like, he can have a match with Doug Benson now, and I really want it. I think that would be a great match. And now
Yeah,
that it's
that would
3-1, it could work out, right? So I just really I wanted to say that I want to see that match.
A weed match.
Yes.
Yeah, exhibition.
Like, it won't even have to be an official one. We know
I don't
that
even know.
Yeah.
Like everyone was like
420 match. We want 420 exhibition
Yeah.
match.
First person to
Dynamite.
420 points. It just goes on for 5 days.
Yeah,
When
I
they
just think
get
everyone
to
was
the
like,
business
Kevin
meet.
was high AF. I don't really know if he was. I think this is his personality, even if he isn't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, true. But Doug definitely was.
yes, that's
It
true.
is,
That's
man.
okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not arguing that he was for sure. I'm just saying, like, with Kevin, I really don't know. He might have been, he might have not. I don't think it would change anything. But yeah, that match we need to see. Okay, Ben, what we talk about next?
Okay,
Promos?
we're talking about the promos of the week. Teresa, do you want to give your
Yes.
shout out
So
to
let's
the
do
promo of the week?
Matt wanted to do one from normal week, one from collision. So let's do like an honorary mention and
Okay.
our favorite one. So honorary mention for me, I think someone else will pick Danger Zone Lightning Time. So I'm picking Nikki Hoey because Nikki's personality is just one of my favorite personalities in the whole world. She's just so great. So I loved her promo. And I just loved her personality throughout the match. And I think Nerd Chronic did it masterfully with the scenes from Beyond the Schmoe and stuff like that. So I really like that. That's my honorable mention. And my favorite promo of the week is Shazam vs. Corruption, because how could it not? we had everything. There was everything in that promo. Like, we had Shannon, we had Shazam, we had Corruption, we had Mike with his lolly. Like, we had everything in that promo, and it was a masterpiece. So that's mine. Let's go to Ben.
Liam.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't want to go first, and then you will say like, you picked all of mine. You should-
Okay, so I'm picking
Pick
for
second.
like normal week. I'll go Lightning Time, Danger Zone.
Thank you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you left it open for me. I loved Ethan and Liz's chemistry, both wearing hats, which has worked for me, picking them since they put the hats on. And there was the one line which like made me laugh so hard when they were like, "So we're playing Dan, who's a real like he's won the belt so many times. He's the singles champion," and Ben.
Yeah, and then there's
like, I love
best.
that so much. It was that was really funny. And then from Collision, I mean, my pick is Shazam, but you picked it, so I really like the Kelly Dimolanta one as well because they have such history together. Like they've played each other a couple of times. Kelly's taken the win both times, and seeing that play out through the promo like really hammed home this rivalry between them. And they fight, and he finally got the win against her this time. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like that one a lot, but it probably would have been Shazam as well for me.
Ben, are you going, or you will let me again?
I'll go next. So for me, I told you all that it would be hard to beat the Nikki Dimolanta match as promo of the week, and I still stick by that for the full week. The week's match. The music in that was just amazing. The switches between Nikki and Hoey, and as you said, the Beyond the Schmoe clips where Andrew says, "And Star Wars competitor Nikki Dimolanta," and Nikki goes, "No, I'm not a competitor. I won't be a competitor this year." And it was just, and Hoey going, "Oh, did you miss me?" sort of thing. It was amazing to see. They're both awesome promos. But it was unfortunately overtaken by the other Dimolanta because of that amazing deep music, that deep every time. And it was just, that sent chills down my spine. That to going to the Let's Get Ready to Schmoe down was just fantastic to see because they were both. Teresa, you said yesterday you had a nerdgasm. I had like 3 in the space of all
I
the
had much
promos.
more, but like I won't tell you about every one of my nerdgasms, guys. So I'm shy like that.
Yeah, I know.
No, you're not.
Yeah, for me, it was actually the same as Liam's. It's Lightning Time, Danger Zone for the week, and it's Shazam for the Collision. But it is like the second one is Dimolanta Kelly. So I just want to say for my favorite moment as well as the one that Liam said from Danger Zone, Lightning Time was when when Sam talked about like Dan got this belt, this accomplishment, and then you have Ben Bateman who bring what accomplishments and like just stops. It was so funny as well. Those are like 2 best puns of the week for me, to be honest, in all the promos from Liz and Ethan and from Sam. And yeah, you said everything in promos department already, so that's it.
Okay, guys. So my battery is dying, so it's possible that I will just disappear. But let's do the predictions really quickly. We have 4 matches next week, and everyone
Liam
has
is first.
Yes, and
Yay.
everyone has 30 seconds to defend their pick, and that's it. So the first match, Liam, is Parker v. Swift. Whoa, no, it's Horowitz. No, what?
I think Parker.
What am I
Swift
looking at? Is it
Parker
Parker
Swift.
Swift? Okay.
Yeah.
I for some reason thought there's the Bateman Perry match. Okay, it's Parker Swift. Who are you picking and why? 30 seconds now.
Parker, he's like an absolute monster in IG. Swift just isn't at that level. That's me done.
Yes, Parker, I'm sorry, Jesse, that you keep like. I'm sorry you can't win more matches and that you got Parker in the first round. That's really tough. And like there definitely could be a situation in which he could win, but I think Parker probably takes it. Matt.
It's Parker. You said everything. I do think that he's on a different level than Swift, and that's it.
TKO, I think.
Yeah, it could be a TKO. And
TKO.
Leo
Please, no.
agrees with you, actually. Leo said that as well. So
I agree.
I disagreed, possibly because I love Jesse, but yeah, for me, it's going to be Parker too. I think Jesse will improve. I don't think it will be a TKO.
Okay, so we are all agreed on this one. The second match is Bibiani versus Blunden. So Liam.
Yeah, I have to go Bibs. Like, it's I didn't actually know. I don't know what the matches are. So you saying it, I'm like panicking. But I'm gonna pick Bibs. I know it's the obvious choice. After that performance with Shazam, I can't not. But I'm not like as confident on this as I am Parker Swift. Like London knocked him out of free for all, so it's definitely doable. But Bibbs is just the more experienced, and it's Bibbs, so I can't not pick
Teresa.
Ben, I'm doing it right? Those are the matches that you sent. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. So yes, Bibiani, of course, but it's not everything you said. It's not a 100% victory for Bibbs. I think Blunden could do it. I think this could be very close. You're right. He did eliminate him from the free for all, which I think is a big point for Blunden. But I just think, yes, the experience, you have to go for Bibbs. Matt?
Well, I'm picking Bibbs. I'll just say until collision, I was like thinking of Blunden being my like wild pick to try to catch up, because I don't think it will be a very close match. But after I think that Bibbs now have the defense behind him, that wind in his back. And I do think that both him and the kid will do very well in this tournament. I just have that feeling. So I'm going Bibiani as well.
Okay, Ben?
Okay. So it would probably be advantageous for me to go with Blunden, but since Monday's match, I'm always going to go with my heart. So I'm going with Bibbs. Quirky Mercs.
Yes. Okay, and then the Friday match, Paramo versus Ferbetti.
Lee.
I'm still thinking. I don't want to do it.
Oh God, I'm gonna go for Bretty. That's probably the toughest one so far. I didn't pick Jada in the last one, and he pulled through. But I just think Paige has stepped up her game so much. She was perfect in her last one, I believe, and she's like the heart of the usual suspects from what I've heard. I just that's tough. That is tough, but I just give her the slight edge on this, I think. And I want to see a woman get through, and I think she may have a good shot.
And it's Teresa's turn.
This is kind of the same as the Josh Jen match from last week. This tournament is going to be tough. And I did the reverse decision there. I picked the woman and it didn't happen, so I don't know. I already picked Jada once. I think Paige had a better match. I was decided to go with Paige. But I'm not going to do it. No, Jada. Okay. Then it's screwed if they keep losing. They need to win a few now, and suspects are better off right now. I really need them to keep winning, so I'm going for Jada, but I think I'll probably lose this one. I think Paige is the more capable. Maybe she has more time to study. Go, Matt.
I'm going for Paige. That could mean that Jader will win, but I'm going for Paige. The reason is first, I really want Paige to win because like I see like Dan and Suspects are like fighting over that spot, and I want Suspects to have that spot, not Dan. That's the first reason.
How dare you?
The second and more important reason, I did tell myself like I'm going different than Teresa because she's second and I'm third, and she picked Jader, so I'm picking Paige. I don't think it will be a very close match, but I was preferring like Paige after her perfect perfect game last time. So and she, as I'm understanding, as Liam said, she's the one who helps train everyone in the Suspects. So this year so far, except the Barbarian, most of the like trainers of the faction did pretty good. So I'm picking Paige.
Apart from Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
just wish
Barbarian.
And
Liam kept start picking like do more risky stuff, dude. Like please, so I have more chances. You don't give me a choice. I wanted to pick Paige, but I can't. Yeah. Okay. Ben, go.
Jada, sorry, I need the Dean to do better. I know it's the year of the ladies, but Kate's a lady, so want her to do
It's
well.
true.
So yes,
Yeah, and Suspects got a lot of points now from them. Didn't need
yeah,
more.
and they're like my second favorite faction, and I really want Kate to do well. I wanted her to do well this year, so I was just. She's probably, if it wasn't for Koi, she would be my manager of the year. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So the last match is Ethan Irvin versus Dan Merle, Liam. Surprise us.
Ethan.
You're picking Ethan. Just say it. Yeah. Okay.
Like why? I think that is a risk, isn't it? Not like I think Dan's probably favorite. in
Really?
this.
He just
Yeah.
lost against
I do think
him.
that
He
Dan,
got.
no. I think
I
Dan
think
is the
Ethan
favorite.
is the favorite. Should be the
Nah.
favorite right now.
I
think
I,
so.
I think Dan is the favorite in this, so I think that is a risk, and I just think now Ethan wears a hat, he's going to win. So I'm picking
Yeah.
Ethan. If he turns up without the hat, he's gonna lose. So it's very dependent on the hat.
It's Teresa's turn. Who are
Yeah.
you picking, Teresa?
I'm also picking Ethan.
Oh, nice.
What? I was what?
What?
Are you serious? I thought you were picking Moral. Like that's why I picked him.
I'm picking Merle.
Oh my God, I was
I
about to
really
lose my
wanted to
mind.
see your
What are you
reaction. Of
doing?
course, I'm picking Merle. I want to pick Ethan because I also think I'm cursing people. Like, because I think if I pick Dan, he's going to lose. So I don't want to pick him. But he's my favorite player of all time. I can't not pick him. He's the best. He's the GOAT. Go, Matt. He's now thinking
Wait.
against, like, am I going to go against Teresa or am I to pick for my curse? Huh.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. That's my thought process right now. Oh my God. I don't care. I have a feeling when I have this feeling and I go against it, I usually lose. So I'm picking Ethan. I have a feeling he will win. I did have a feeling like the Oyama will be in his place, but I think he got that mojo from Oyama and took it to him from himself. And I want Ethan to win. I'll be honest. I really want him. I would love if he could be like the next double champion, and then we will also have like one part of team's champion will be a female. That would be awesome. Like nice as well. But I just think it's his time. Like also, I was the one of the reason is like Christian did the pool. Like who would you like to see in the Brooklyn as a main event? And it options with Ethan were like in the lower part of the bracket, and I just want to see Ethan like do very well. So yeah, I'm picking Ethan. I'm fully aware like Dan could do it, but last time it was a sudden death, and Ethan didn't study that much. Now Ethan studies a little more, so I'm hoping he will win. But it's Dan Merle, so this is my risk. I think this is the biggest risk I'm going to take, especially because I picked Usual Suspects 2 times, and that usually doesn't work out. But yeah.
No. Ben.
So now, do I go with superstition and go with Matt's curse? Or do I go with who I think will win? I'm going to go with Ethan as well. Sorry, Teresa. I'm going with Ethan.
I'm fine, but then don't tell me that Dan's the favorite if you're all picking Ethan. Just don't.
He's the favorite
think-
among everyone else,
I think
not
it will-
amongst us.
I think it's like 50-50, like really 50-50, because Ethan is on a run now and Dan is not. He's not doing so well.
Mm.
His last 2 matches he lost with corruption and lightning time. So
yeah, but
I don't-
that was all teams, and it's not like in the
But yeah, but
singles round.
he did worse in his first round than Ethan did in
I
their team's
genuinely
match.
thought like I was going to be the only one picking Ethan. I thought everyone was picking Dan. Like honestly,
It's like one of Matt's favorite players.
yeah, but Matt never picks suspects, so that's why I thought he was going to go.
He
Dan.
does.
You
Sometimes.
do now, but you never used to. Oh, we'll see.
Okay.
Also,
So-
okay, even though I said at the beginning of the year, I kind of wanted to see Matt's favorite player against Teresa's favorite player. So if Dan wins, I'll still be happy because then we got Matt against Teresa. But yeah, we'll see.
Wait, who is my favorite
Le-
player?
Liam?
No,
You
sorry,
mean-
Liam. I mean Liam.
Yeah.
I get
Oh.
confused. It's tired. It's late. I'm tired.
Yeah,
We went to bed at 4. My brain's dead.
that's true. We went to bed really late last night.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
so tired.
Yeah.
And I also watched the whole rundown after, so I went to bed like 6.
No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
I
do
then
it.
watched the Olympics because we were in the final, and I stayed up to
We
watch another
also
2
were
hours.
in the finals, and I slept through it because of the showdown. But we got the gold, so it doesn't matter. Liam, will you take us out, please?
Sure. Wow, what a mega show for a mega event. I think the longest show we've had on Euroschmo, but we had to cover the collision, and it's been great fun recapping as well as the week that was. We're almost hitting 2.5 hours. We are also tired. We are from Europe. It drops at like very late for us, but we love this show so much that we all stayed up and watched it together. And that's great, but we are all now really tired. So we're probably all going to go to sleep and finally have some sleep because it's been a heavy Schmoe week, which I'm not complaining about. The collision was awesome. It makes me really excited for the tournaments and spectacular. As you know, all of our links are below in the YouTube section. So if you want to check us out, we're all there. We'll be back next week. We'll see if I've still got the crown. Teresa can overtake me now because she's different on 2 picks. So it'll be a fun one to see what happens. Thanks everyone for watching. Thomas, thank you for your comments. Leo, thank you for your comments. Just before we go, got to just highlight this because again, Thomas is agreeing with me. So the things in the world are getting better, everyone. I guess we just before we go, we just want to say like we wish Jen like a speedy recovery. We love you. You were so good in the collision. You are an amazing post-match interviewer, and you do so much for the league. And I guess we will leave it there. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week at 8 o'clock UK time. We'll go back to our regular time next week, and we won't have as long a show, but still a great show. So thank you everyone. See you next week.
Thank you.
Can't
And
wait
if you
for Christmas
find a
Day.
gentleman
Goodbye.
that is good for you.